All right, folks, welcome back to PrepperNow. I'm going to talk today about some of the actions of the federal government that might affect all of us. And first and foremost, let's just talk about the big picture. Let's talk about the broad scope of things. And the fact of the matter is that when it comes to things like tariffs and protectionist policies, which I guess America's for the first time is starting to do, every country does this, and they have. I mean, the EU policies that have now been, intensified a little bit, they've always been there. Canada has always had tariffs on our stuff. Other countries have always had tariffs on our stuff. So this is nothing new. It's not like we just said, hey, let's just start doing this and we're the only one doing it. Now, of course, if you go out and you listen to what the media has to say, they're going to tell you, that what we're doing is going to ruin everything. But these are all policies that have been going on from our neighbors and countries all around the globe forever. So it's nothing new. It is what it is. We get all kinds of stuff from other countries, and we send some stuff. We used to manufacture, now we don't. But things like, when it comes to America, things like fentanyl that is coming from our friends in Asia, that's not sent here because there's anything good about it. It goes out their door and hopefully into ours because they know that it's 5th gen war. A lot of the things that are going on right now are 5th gen war, and you can't ignore it. We have to take it on. We either do that now, or it's just gonna slowly erode us. So other tactics of this, and some domestic, some not domestic. Other tactics of this are things like Cloward and Piven strategies that are going on in America. Okay, what do I mean by that? Let's take Social Security. Now, it's been in the news lately. They've found a lot of people that were doing a lot of wasteful things. Now, of course, the other side will come out and say, oh, well, they weren't taking any money. It was just a glitch, or, they didn't mean to be 137 years old, and nothing bad happened from it. Okay? But still, 137 on our rolls should not happen. So what has happened now is that the administration has come out with a new executive order to look into this stuff. So should that be something that we get mad at, or is it something that we think is a good thing? I don't know about you, but if my wife and I are having issues with our bills, or things are going that way, I go in and I say, okay, we're getting too much stuff from Amazon. You're buying too much things in we just can get whatever the heck we want style. No normal family on the planet can get whatever the heck they want, when they want it, all the time they want it. So we have that conversation and we rein it in. I say, like I said to my wife, I said, we gotta, chill out the Amazon. We gotta do that. We got big things coming up, and we just rein it in. If we don't have it, we don't need it. We're good. Social Security executive order by the president is going to target waste and fraud. One of the things in there is that identity theft. If there's identity theft going on, then they're going to monitor it. They're going to, try and stop it. Is that a bad thing? I don't think so. I don't want someone stealing my identity, especially someone from another country. Other things that are going on is They are going to like monitor and make sure that bank kind of stuff to stop fraud isn't going to happen. Now, I don't like full-on monitoring, but I also don't like fraud. So again, it's that kind of, it's that give and take. So they're going to go in and make sure that, like, if there's strange things going on with someone's bank account, if they're moving money around, blah, 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 then they will, go in and see what's going on. Is there anything nefarious going on? That kind of thing. The big one is, though, if someone is over 100 years old, 100 or older, they're going to start to take a look at that. Now, I don't know if you remember, but when they were coming out and they were saying, hey, we're looking into Social Security, we've noticed a lot of problems, a lot of strange stuff. We have people that are 150 and above. One person is 360 years old. Now, is that some kind of an error, on a site or whatever? Yeah, I bet there's some of those. But not in the millions. As in millions of people. Oh, well, they're not receiving anything. Well, do you know that? Really? Because from what I've seen, there's been a lot of things that have been wasting your money and my money, our money, that have been done in a way that just seems almost like a slush fund. They're taking this money and they're able to do these things, and they take the money and they give it to their friends, and they can take that money and go to NGOs and other stuff. Oh, you can't prove that. Trust me, it's happening. It's happening. We have so much waste and fraud, and our money is getting just urinated away. So much. I don't understand how anybody could have a problem with all of that. We need Social Security to be all on the up and up. We need to have people go in and just see what's going on. I don't know about you, but there's probably, I'm not going to see Social Security. I would be highly doubtful. I've said this to my wife. I've said this to my kids, my dad. I don't think I'm going to see Social Security. What do you mean by that? I think it's going to be something that I paid in all my life, and then eventually in, 15, 20 years, whatever it is I stop working, currently in good shape, got no plans. I'm about 15 years away from it, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, depending. But I've paid into this my entire life, since I started working when I was 16 years old washing dishes at a restaurant. But will I ever see it? Probably not. So when they come out and they're like, hey, we got an executive order, we're going to do this, we're going to fix it, blah, blah, blah. I got no problems with that. All the stuff to be protectionist policies that are going on to, kind of close the gap on things like trade deficits. I got no problem with that. There's this kind of idea, especially from our friends on the other side, to go along to get along. Like, oh, this is the way it's always been. We are in, extreme deficit and debt. So I don't care if it's the way that it's always been. Clearly something is not going right. Clearly there are things that are not working. Clearly the system is needing of a little bit of a retooling. So I got no problems with that. I want to see Social Security. I don't want to see fraud. I don't want to see identity theft. I don't want to see 176-year-olds trying to tap into the system. I don't want to have a country that looks the other way when our friends from Asia are sending fentanyl over here. I'm a recovering alcoholic and addict. I've seen people go through really terrible experiences from this crap. So anything to stop it, I'm okay with. And I'm really tired of the media and everybody else coming out like, what's going on? It's like it's a terrible thing to try to protect ourselves and rein in some of the spending. And I forget where I did. It was a comment with somebody. I said, hey, we either do this now or we do it in 10 to 15 years and it's by force. I'd rather do it now. All right, friends, you like what we're doing here? Hit the buttons and stuff. Become a member, please. Got a nice growing group of that. I really appreciate all those that have joined as of late. It's a couple bucks a month. It helps keep the lights on, helps the multiple videos. I got a little bit of extra time this weekend, so I'll be doing some more stuff video-wise, probably some live streams. And, yeah, check us out on Mine, Gab, Truth, X. Then there's Subscribe Star and Locals for a few dollars a month, which I need to populate, but we put the stuff out there. It's, you know, just a great way to support and see some things that might get you in trouble on Facebook, or you just might not see on Facebook. All right, friends, God bless, and have a great day.